Hey guys, it is day 8 of our seed experiment. So it is time to record in your seed observation journals the growth of your seeds. As you can see now, look at all these seedlings. I have 8 of them. Look, here's the number 1 that I had labeled last week. He grew quite a bit. We actually could measure him in inches, but we are going to stick with the centimeters because that's what we started in our very beginning, our first observations, our first recordings. And so we need to keep that so that we can compare it accurately. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure this first one. And that's the only one I'm going to measure for this video. That way you can get to it on getting yours all measured. I'm starting it way at the 0. Remember, on my ruler, my 0 doesn't start at the end. My 0 starts near the end. And so I need to get where the 0 is to begin. Okay, so I'm going to put that 0 right there at the bottom of it. And my seedling number 1 is 9 centimeters. Okay, so let's look back at day 4. On day 4, it was 1.5 centimeters. So now on day 8, we're going to record this as 9 centimeters. I am going to still keep my drawing with the little cutout like that, but now I'm going to have several more. So I'm going to make sure I draw all 8 of my seedlings. And some are taller than the others. So try to do it to scale, which means, okay, if this one is this much larger, then you need to make sure that it is the largest one on there, the tallest one, not largest, probably the tallest one is how I should say it. And then we have one that's slightly smaller. And then we have 2 down here that are almost the same heights. And so when you go to measure them, you'll see how you should draw it, which one should be taller and which one should be shorter. That way your drawing is pretty accurate. So what you're going to do, finish your drawing, finish recording for all of your seedlings. Then you're going to say, describe any growth that has occurred. Measure the growth of your plant in centimeters. So you're going to write all of your changes, just like we did last week. So you may want to write, like for instance, I would say I had 4 more seeds germinate. I had I would call it a great amount of growth. I consider this quite a bit of growth for 4 days. It's a lot. One of the things I did want to tell you, if you look at these, you see how it's very long and then the leaves are here. This is called leggy. It's a really funny little description, but it's a pretty good one because whenever you are germinating seeds indoors, one of the problems that you may come up against as a gardener is that your seedlings become leggy. Now, the problem with that is that when you go to plant them in the ground, they may not be very sturdy because they haven't hardened off. They haven't developed that hardiness that it would have if it was in the ground. If you remember the pictures that I sent to y'all of my zinnias that I have in my yard, they're not way long like this and then the leaves. They just have a short stem and then big leaves have already started growing. So when you go to plant these here in a couple of days, if you choose to do so, put your cup outside underneath the porch or in a shaded area before you plant them, because that will help them get that, it's called hardening off. That will help harden off the stem and make it a little bit stronger so that it doesn't instantly just blow over and get bent or broken, and it'll have a better chance of surviving outside. Okay, so complete your table, complete your drawing, and describe all the growth that has occurred.